man. Y'all know how we do, man. We back. It's your boy John Rob, man.
Damn right. We got to talk about your boy. You were really, you had faith in Tory Lanez. Not coming at you sideways, but you were singing his praises, so to speak, in the terms of you thought he was innocent. You thought he might have been getting railroaded. Is that inaccurate? You thought he was. Is it accurate?
I mean, it was. That's not accurate. No, that's not accurate. But go ahead, frame the story. Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying that there was a lot of people on both sides of the fence. Did Tory Lanez do it? Did he not do it?
Mm-hmm.
He got found guilty. I knew that wouldn't be the end of the story, so we have another update. There's a lawyer by the name of Rhonda Dixon, I believe her name is. Let me look at my notes. Rhonda Renee Dixon. She's claiming that Tory Lanez is being taken advantage of. In fact, she went to go meet up with Daystar Peterson, and she said that he was totally despondent in prison. Don't worry, guys. I had to look that up too. That just means he was in low spirits. He lost, his vigor. He was looking kind of hopeless, looking kind of bad. She said something about his eyes being completely black or whatever. But what's interesting about this is she even filed a motion on Tory Lanez's behalf, trying to get him bond, trying to get him a bail so he can hit the streets again. And it got denied. Mm-hmm. But Tory wants her to be his counsel. He wants her to replace some guy by the name of Baroma, and that's actually going to be a problem because she has beef with one of his other attorneys. I'll read here from this H&HH article. Tory Lanez is currently being held in jail as he awaits sentencing in the Megan Thee Stallion case. Overall, Tory is looking at a maximum sentence of 19 years in prison. However, it appears as though the prosecution is trying to fight for 11 to 13 years at this point, and it remains to be seen how all of this will go. I think it's going to be closer to 19 because of the fact that he didn't take the plea. When you go to trial and you lose, them judges be trying to stick it to that ass, boy. So I don't know. But Tory and his legal team have put in multiple appeals. Although the judge continues to uphold the guilty convictions, now Tory wants to add another judge to his legal team. Once again, the judge shot that down, according to legal reporter Megan Cuniff. As the story goes, Tory Lanez wants Rhonda Renee Dixon to be on his team. In this role, she will work under Jose Baez, who is one of the most high-profile defense attorneys around. Unfortunately, Dixon saying Baez is paying her no mind right now. She says that he won't even talk to her and that they didn't even want to give her the case materials. And that caused her, you can't see it here, I read in other articles, but that caused her to lash out. And she's claiming that Tory Lanez is being taken advantage of. These people are just not acting in his best interest, she says. I'll read a quote. She said, "These guys are just taking advantage of Lanez. They've had him sign power of attorney. They're acting on his behalf, but not asking what he wants." Now, let me ask you straight up. Do you think Tory's guilty of this crime?
Do I think he's guilty?
Yeah. Or is this a huge miscarriage of justice, like his daddy said? There's a lot of people in our audience that feels he didn't do this. I just want to get a good feel for what you at. I don't want to misrepresent where you at.
If I had to go with either one, fuck it, yeah, I'll go with he not guilty. I'll go with that.
So you tried to make it seem like I'm saying something wrong when I was like, you was one of the main ones feeling like.
I wasn't. No, I was just, going off of what the doubt could be. If they saying, gunpowder, shots, fights, I know how those fights and things go. So that's the only thing.
I don't know, like I don't know, you got a very generous way of looking at things, because you even feel like you was feeling like Melly might not have did it. You know what I'm saying? You
no, I said it might beat the case. It ain't even about
whether
our justice system is so flawed. That's not how I look at things. I look at things as far as you know, the justice system is not a perfect system.
Okay. But in this case, you feel
Yeah.
like he really didn't do this to Meg.
Yeah, he didn't shoot her.
Yeah. Asking you
I
straight
didn't
up,
feel
man.
like,
Stand on it.
yeah, because I didn't feel like she got shot though at first. You know,
That's
that was my
crazy
whole
to me.
thing. You know,
I mean, you have a very interesting perspective on that. I think you're out of
Mhm.
your mind, but hey, man, you know, let's hear what Tory Lanez is saying because a recent recording came out where he was kind of speaking his piece as well. You sharing the screen with me?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear this out.
When they demanded I take a DNA test, I took that test with no pushback, delay, or question. Not only because I knew I never.
Hold on, let me back it up.
I've been incarcerated for almost half the year over a gun that the DA's lied and said I shot. In 2021, they demanded I take a DNA test. I took that test with no pushback, delay, or question. Not only because I knew I never shot the gun, but mainly because I was 100% positive I never even touched this gun. In my trial, the verdict of guilty or innocent depended heavily on my DNA results. With the help of LA Crime Lab's DNA expert Randy Zepeda, DA Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott completely manipulated my DNA results and lied to the world, the media, and most importantly, my jury by stating my DNA on the gun was inconclusive. That was an absolute lie. They went on further to say inconclusive means that he cannot be excluded from the gun. My new attorney, Jose Baez, hired one of the best DNA experts in the nation to carefully analyze the same DNA test the fair and correct way. The results came back exactly as I knew this whole time. My DNA is 100% excluded and 100% eliminated from the gun. In other words, it's physically and scientifically impossible for me to ever have touched or shot this gun. But what's worse was the invalid and illegal tactics the prosecution chose to attain the results used to convict me. Based on the fundamentals of my DNA test, the only possible way for the LA Crime Lab to come up with an inconclusive result would literally be to stop the testing before it finished or completed its final result, which would have and should have shown completely my full exclusion on the weapon. I've been incarcerated for almost half a year.
Yeah.
Over a gun that the
So yeah, you know that boy telling. He say
telling,
the powers that be done. You know,
flam.
Yeah, flim flam with the test. They trying to flim flam them, scam them, put them in a trick bag. You buying it? You sound like it made sense to you.
That's what he's saying. I mean, I can't. I'm not the judge, but it sounded, you know, he sounded like he's trying to, you know,
an
it's
opinion
exclusive.
show. You're here to give your opinion. We value
Yeah.
your insights. So does this sound believable to you?
You want me to go with one? Yes or no? Yeah, I'll go with it. Sound believable.
Okay. I'll go with more bald-headed lies from Daystar Peterson, if you ask me. He already started with a lie. He said, it's physically impossible for me to have shot the gun. It's not physically impossible for you to shoot a gun and leave no DNA evidence, my brother. That's not physically impossible. So you don't even understand the science of what you're talking about. Now, if the DNA wasn't on the gun, the DNA ain't on the gun, but it seems a little late to prove that. I mean, I know from following the Innocence Project. Wait, let me just finish. Okay. I know from following the Innocence Project, trying to overturn a conviction for DNA evidence is hard, even when people are innocent, which I don't think he is. But even when people are innocent, it's hard to overturn a conviction. He's going to have a tough road to hoe. You know, talking about, you know, the DNA evidence really wasn't DNA evidence. What were you going to say, though?
No, so you saying basically they ain't trying to railroad them. They trying to this is justice done right. We got somebody off the streets.
Yeah, nigga, you gotta go to jail. Yeah, Tory, you gotta sit down. This is justice being served. You shot a stallion in the foot. You got to go to jail. You got to sit your ass down. And honestly, we should all feel a little bit safer with this nigga off the streets. I'm sorry. I know Meek Mill out here at concerts saying free Tory Lanez and all of this. We got to come to our senses. They proved beyond a reasonable doubt to me that he actually did this. I heard him on the phone, all but admitting to it. Other people there, you know, there was eyewitness accounts that you was getting into a physical altercation with a woman. You had a lot to drink. All of that sounded a lot more believable than you know, the DA's office or police officers were conspiring to convict you and get rid of DNA evidence and all of this stuff. Just a little added element to this. Dixon, the woman who Tory allegedly wants to replace Baroma, she said that Baroma is declining to send her case materials because Tory allegedly owes him $50K. She said what he's paid his attorneys so far is unreal. It's unimaginable. They were only concerned about getting paid. You damn right. They're going to be concerned about getting paid. But Baroma says that none of it's true. And Rhonda Dixon has all the case materials from Mr. Baez and I. What do you think about that? She's saying that, you know, the beef between her and his attorney, this lady who's trying to step in, is really over Tory running out of money.
Hey, I mean, sometimes a lot of issues is about that money. So if it's true,
I don't know what.
not.
I don't know what to believe, but it looks like she's thirsty. She seems like she's trying to clout up. You know, she's probably doing this pro bono just to get her name out there. I ain't heard her talk about no money that she is trying to get. And why would you be so gung-ho to jump on the case if you feel like somebody else is owed money? If I know you owe a nigga $50K, why am I going to be jumping at the chance to represent you? You know, I mean, it could happen, but
sometimes you want to get your name out there.
That's what I think she's trying to do. I think she's trying to
help him get out there. Yeah, probably trying to, you know, help him prove, you know, get him released, and you know, she'll have a name like, yo, I jumped on that.
This to me seems like crows circling a carcass. The money's running out. He's stressed out. He's worried, and they know that he's wanting to kick out a lot of bread for a case that he don't have no chance of winning. Anytime you trying to beat like an assault case, and you got the victim right on the stand pointing you out, say that you did it, and you still trying to fight it, you ain't making good decisions. And those lawyers don't have your best interest in mind if they didn't advise him against this. Another element to this story is that Tory Lanez has expressed that he's lonely. You know, Dixon spoke to Megan Cuniff, and she said that Tory isn't doing great behind bars. Speaking to Lanez, she said his eyes were black. He was totally despondent. And
what do they expect, bro? They making like this is supposed to be some news. This is what you expect. Well, somebody finna get 10 years.
Well, let me finish.
Go ahead.
He told me he wanted to go to state prison. I said, you want to go to state prison? Why? He said, at least I'll be able to go out in the yard and talk to people. And she said that upset her. Now, just speaking from experience, right? This is not an uncommon thing. You'll back me up on this, Bob. Ain't nobody in the county jail riding for months and months that's sentenced already to go to prison that's really happy about being at the county jail. Most anybody will tell you that the conditions at the state prison is going to be better than county jail. They probably got him on some PC type stuff. He can't even get his wiggle on. He just kind of like, you know, lonely in there. I'm not going to make fun of that. I've been in jail before. I was lonely in that bed too. I had people around me in there getting thin, eating noodles and peanut butter sandwiches and shit. That shit ain't where it's at. So that's just another element that he's really going to it. But hopefully we could use this as a teachable moment. Keep your hands to yourself. And you definitely don't want to be assaulting women in any event, but least of all with a firearm, because they will warehouse your ass. They hiding niggas out here. They getting niggas out the way quick.
Yep. So look, man, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments about this Tory thing, and we're going to catch y'all on the next one.
True. Yeah.